Late April 2011. Dozens of tornadoes are sweeping across the southern United States. There's a tornado watch in northern Alabama when a woman driving to work hits the record button on her cell phone. She can't believe her eyes. There's a powerful EF4 tornado heading towards her.
Oh my God! Holy crap!
I remember April 2011. We had over 700 tornadoes. The atmosphere was about as ripe as it really could be for tornadoes.
The woman puts the phone down, and you can hear the tornado howling.
She did what she's supposed to do, which is kind of duck down to protect your head. That's a full-out on-the-ground tornado coming straight at you.
As the tornado gets closer, you can hear the sound of debris hitting the car. And then, the unthinkable.
She's airborne now. Holy. What we don't see are other smaller tornadoes rotating around that main one there, and that's what probably got her.
The car goes airborne, spinning horrifically. After 15 endless seconds, she's back on the ground, in shock. Her car smashes into a building before landing. Miraculously, she survives with no injuries.
She went for one hell of a ride. She's lucky to be alive. I would have slammed my car in reverse, and I would have pulled a Dukes of Hazzard, turned around, and I would have hauled ass out of there. That's exactly what I would have done.
The answer to this next question just may save your life. If possible, drive at a right angle to the tornado's path. If caught by extreme winds, pull over and park as quickly and safely as possible. Stay in the car with your head down and seatbelt on, and avoid seeking shelter under bridges.
Oh, dear God.
June 2014, on the prairie.
It's ripping up a whole town.
A dangerous and extremely rare tornado formation attracts storm chasers to tiny Pilger, Nebraska, population 340.
I remember this day well. I was standing in the newsroom just with my mouth open, staring at a monitor on the ceiling.
The storm chaser changes position to get a better vantage point as the tornado grows in intensity.
When I'm watching this one, you know, my first reaction is, oh my God, he's going to drive into that tornado. And the cool thing that you see is how complex the circulation is. Oh, look at the little vortices dancing in there. That's crazy.
The twister reveals its evil twin.
Maybe on the tornado. Oh my gosh.
And they're both huge EF4 tornadoes a mile apart.
This is about as rare as it gets. Two twin tornadoes basically take on almost the exact same appearance. They're rotating in harmony. They're big. They're violent.
Multiple tornadoes, usually one at a time, can be spawned from a single thunderstorm.
You're going to have little appendages that spin down from the tornado, and if you have just the right inflow at two different notches, so to speak, in that thunderstorm, then you can spin up two tornadoes right next to each other.
There are 2 fatalities and 20 injuries, and the entire town of Pilger suffers near complete destruction. That rare twin tornado is one of 4 outbreaks that day across northeastern Nebraska. What time of year do most tornadoes happen? The majority of tornadoes strike from early spring to midsummer, though they have occurred every day of the year and in every state, and can strike at any hour. May 2015, in Norman, Oklahoma, a homeowner dares to peer out of the shelter he dug in his garage and uses his cell phone to record what it's like in the center of a tornado.
This is a heavy rain or a rain-wrapped tornado that is in Norman, Oklahoma. It was rated EF 0 to 1.
That was a hose reel that came blowing in there. And the real lesson here is that you can't leave anything outside when the wind starts blowing.
Visibility drops to 0.
The wind seemed to shift during the course of the video, so it seems like the tornado circulation went directly over top of this person.
It's a multi-threat situation there when you have incredibly heavy rain, especially on top of very wet ground, and tornadoes.
Fortunately, the homeowners escaped with no injuries and only minor damage to their home.
I think if this were a stronger tornado, he might have run into trouble sticking up his nose out of that shelter in the garage. He was lucky that this wasn't any stronger than it was.
Will Keller, a Kansas farmer, claimed to be in the center of a tornado in 1928. He said everything was as still as death, and that there was a strong gassy smell that made it hard to breathe. Coming up, in one of the driest places on Earth, a violent and deadly flash flood.
The force of that water is like a hurricane hitting this area.
And later, meteorology students get way too close to their studies. When Weather Gone Viral continues.